No
Guess
guesses.
who?
And guess where? And guess why? So if you haven't guessed the first answer already, it is
Heathrow Airport.
with Ruth and Martin as we're going to
Kilimanjaro.
So we're
We're not mad at all.
well, we haven't been certified
Jury's
yet.
out still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So we haven't been tested. Probably do need to be tested.
Yeah, because, climbing a mountain, you learn a heck of a lot about yourself. There are many, many lessons to learn as you climb that mountain. I'm not fit like this guy.
Hey, but it's not all about being fit, because the mountain itself is, we're going up to high altitude, and everybody's body responds differently at altitude. So I may be fitter than you, but you might actually fare better than I do. And that's the thing we've got to remember on this one. Yeah, and that's where the twist in the story might come.
Yeah.
Going up this mountain, we're not going to be enjoying ourselves
It
in
is not
any
a
way,
holiday,
shape, or form. It's not a
I'm
holiday.
telling you.
No, it's not. So even though we're working really hard.
Trip. And here's our little bit of trivia to finish off. We discovered that the Swahili word for mountain is kilima, and the word for great is njaro. So that's our battle cry now, njaro.
We also know the motto of the mountain is going to be pole pole, so it's going to be slowly, slowly.
Yes.
And Ruth is waiting to hear when they turn around and find out the Swahili for.
Could you hurry up a bit, love?
So watch this space. Hello, and welcome from Tanzania.
We've arrived.
So we're very much in good spirits. We were hoping to try and get a glimpse of Kilimanjaro as we flew in, because we did fly right past it, but
And the skies were clear, apparently.
yeah, but very black. The place we're looking for looks quite nice, actually. We're going to be there all day tomorrow, so we're looking forward to that. And yeah, we'll let you have a good glimpse of it in the morning. Good morning from Africa.
Good morning, we made it, we're here.
And what an absolutely glorious morning we have. Apart from that cockerel. That cockerel is going to be lunch, I'm pretty sure of it, very soon.
He did start at 3:30 this morning, fair dues, and he has not shut up since.
Otherwise, this is an incredibly pleasant place. The weather's beautiful, we've seen monkeys in the trees, there's a whole variety of different birds. There's a nice bird of prey kind of flying above us this morning, obviously on the prowl for something or other. And today, we've had breakfast. We've got a briefing session with the guides, etc., to go through safety, what's going to happen over the next few days, how the camp, etc., is going to be working. Generally, though, the tactic that's being used is known as a siege tactic of how we're going to go up the mountain, which is something I haven't heard about before, so I'm interested to hear more about it and actually be part of it. Let's just see how this actually works. But I think in essence, we have ourselves plus the guides, the porters, and everybody else who's going to be assisting us coming up the mountain. So in total, we've got nine of us climbing, and I think a pack of around about 40 of us, I think he said, 45 people going up to make it happen.
We're going to know how it feels to be a rock star, with all our entourage looking after us every step of the way.
Ruth, you're already a rock star. Okay, so we've just finished this morning's briefing session talking about everything that's going to be happening going up Kilimanjaro. This includes all of the kind of safety kind of things, everything that's happening in the camp, when you're going to be eating, because at the end of the day, as the old saying goes, the army marches on its stomach. And even if we're not an army, we're certainly a team that is actually going to be marching on our stomach, making sure we're well rested, we're well fed, and we're well energized, ready to enjoy the adventure that's happening with us over the next few days. So, what is that adventure going to look like? Well, first of all, there's plenty of time for rest. There should be at least a good 12 hours every single day where we're going to be resting, relaxing, and sleeping, etc. So it means that we're going to keep our body in the best possible position, most possibly recovered for each day. Because when we're going to go through these treks and we're going to be pushing ourselves, especially when we get to some of the higher altitudes, it is going to put the body under a lot more stress. And therefore, having extra time to be able to rest, recuperate, and recover is super important. Also, when it comes down to nutrition, we're going to be eating lots of calorie-dense foods to give us the amount of energy we need to continue on the hike. Some of the hikes are going to be longer days, where maybe doing 10, 11 kilometres in distance, might be going up about 1,000 metres. Other days might be shorter, and there's also going to be days where we'll go up to come back down. So we can use this time to acclimatise the body, because the body does take time to change as we're going through that process. We know that there's going to be some issues when people are walking up the mountain. Some people are going to feel ill, some people are going to feel tired, some people might feel sick or nauseated. And actually understanding that that's quite normal and that is part of the process is a great way of like desensitizing it. It's almost like setting those expectations, and while the expectation is it won't happen, when it does happen, or if it does happen, we've already got those kind of ideas grounded inside us. So there's lots of mind work, lots of work on setting those expectations and boundaries, building that kind of team effort, getting to know one another so that we're there to help and support each other. Other things we did today is look at not only the schedule, but then also look at the equipment we're going to be carrying. So obviously each person's got their day bag they're going to be carrying with us, the equipment that's going to be carried by the porter. We also talked about how they're going to be preparing the meals. So some of the meals are going to be done by cooking over 3 kind of gas rings or 3 stove rings. And then the porters themselves, they're going to be carrying up all of the food that we've got for the entire trek. So again, they've got a huge responsibility taking things up there. Every single day we'll be making sure we're well washed as well hydrated, with the exception of that final night when we do the push up to the summit, up to Uhuru Peak, because there's no more water sources at that final camp. So the porters are going to have to take all the water along with all the food and the camping gear, etc. So these guys are going to be working amazingly hard. We've already met the lead guides, who are incredible people, very knowledgeable, very confident, and it's comforting to kind of hear from them how they experience as well, because they're not immune to some of these same symptoms that we might feel. It's just they've done it a few more times. They've probably been up 100 times in the season, where for some of us this is the first time we may have done altitude. So a really powerful, really enjoyable morning. We all get to go in one of the tents as well, and the tents are incredibly roomy. So while it's designed for 2 people including their bags, you could easily say this would be a 4-man tent if we were camping out in the UK. Again, plenty of space in there, so again it's something looking forward to do that. We've all been allocated buddies so that we're looking after not only ourselves but someone else, which again, keeping the eyes open for symptoms of anything really, whether that's going to be nausea, diarrhea, headaches, altitude sickness, etc. So really well organised in how we get to track that, and we're tracking this also every morning, so making sure we're filling out a questionnaire that kind of tracks these symptoms over time, which means that if something does happen, not only will we know about it, not only will the body know about it, but also then the guides, the porters, etc. can keep an eye on as well. So feeling very secure, feeling very confident that this is going to be a good way of doing it. I feel like it's going to be a comfortable trek. So don't get me wrong, it's still going to be hard work, but it should be good fun. Okay, so we're all packed, ready to go, and the bus is here. I had a great night's sleep, ready for the day ahead, and yeah, we'll see how things go. So we've made it up to the top of the Machame Gate. We're just waiting for all of the gear to get unpacked, all of the forms to get filled in, the bond to get passed.
Yes.
There's a lot of paperwork. But thankfully the guys here have already got that sorted. Pat and his team are absolutely fantastic in that. From here on, though, we're on foot, so we're going to come into the tourist hut behind here, enjoy a nice few drinks of water and relaxing time for the next couple of hours as the paperwork and the unpacking and everything else gets sorted out, and then we'll head on up.
We're here at the Machame Gate, and this is the start of the expedition from the Machame Route. But all around us we have our porters. Like our porters, we have, for 9 of us, we have 34 porters, cooks and guides, including myself, and then we have the 9 team. But what they're doing at the moment is to make sure that they're not overloaded. They each have to weigh in. We brought this in about 15 years ago at the hut above, and get 15 kilos in each bag, and then they take off. But you can see now at the moment we're waiting. They're going to take off, and by the time we get to camp tonight, which you see, everything will be set up. So it really is a logistical, you know, not nightmare, but it's logistical and how all of this actually moves. And it always fascinates me, you know, like when we're going to be a family of 43 people moving for 7 days around the mountain. All the food, the tent, the stoves. It's like the siege tactical ongoing, the expeditions, and it gives work to a lot of these people. And they're the best paid in Tanzania, by the way, just in case you're wondering, even though it's still not a lot of money, but here they're actually the best paid.
Yeah, and it's good to see that it's not only being best paid, but everyone seems to be quite happy doing the work. They're very friendly, and having things like the health and safety things realistically, so you're not overloading people so they don't get hurt. It's just such a really good thing to bring in.
And one of the most important things when people come is to have respect for these people. You know, lots of people like come. I've seen it like, you know, they treat them like shit. Our motto: if we see someone doing that, we nearly punch them. Okay.
Well, we're definitely not going to be treated like that.
Okay.
And they have been so friendly. I mean, Abel and God-living and and Emmanuel and Stephen and James and yeah, they're just starting to get to know the guys and they're so just want to be there, want to help. They're happy to answer loads of questions. Stephen in the back of us was telling us all about the plantations, the maize farming, etc. as we're coming up through the hills. It was just really enjoyable.
And we have a lot to learn over the next 7 days.
We'll
be talking to all of us. So here we are at the Machame Gate, and we're heading for near on 3,000 today. We will be at altitude.
Oh wow, that's going to be good fun.
Good. No? Yes. Right, so I think the big thing today is to get there. We have all day to do it. Right, they're going to set a pace, and then slowest we'll go to the front, right, and that's the pace we take. I want nobody to pass that person. Is that fair enough? Enjoy the scenery.
Welcome to Machame Camp. This is it. This is where we're going to be sleeping for tonight. And the guys have done just a fantastic job. Just look, everything's kind of already up. I think we're all glad to get here before dark, but we're all raring for I think we're ready for a cup of tea, to be honest with you. I certainly am. So today's day number 2. We're heading to from Machame Camp to Shira Camp, which is going from 2980 metres up to 3840 metres. It's going to be a shorter day but much steeper, so we're going to be seeing how we all fare with that. Everyone's had an okay sleep, so it tends to be most people have had a bit of a broken sleep, but everyone seems to be in good spirits, which is great. And yeah, I'm just going to crack on with the first part of the day. We've just climbed about 100 metres from the campsite. In fact, you can just about see the campsite over there. If you look carefully for the little green tent, it's about there-ish. It's really been hard going. The Rockies is just relentless. Like these guys, these are just unbelievable. They are doing such an amazing job, just bringing everything up. Hats off to them. So we're going to be going from this amazing view, which you can see we're just above the cloud line as well. So it looks like we're just in a sea of cloud, and then we're going to be going in that direction. The only way is up. we've just done that climb. That climb might not look like much in this video, but that is over 700 meters of ascent, which we've all just done in the last 4 hours. And you know, when you think 700 meters, that's 700 meters over 2.5 kilometers. So that's nearly a 1 in 3 kind of gradient all the way through that. So it was really, really tough. It wasn't even underfoot either. But what a lovely welcome sight as we kind of came over the top of that ridge walk, which was absolutely glorious, by the way. And we saw the guys here. They've already pitched up the tent, ready for lunch, and they've got everything sorted. This afternoon we've still got a couple of 100 meters, if not more, to do. But it should be hopefully a slightly easier walk. There's a little bit more kilometers in there, so we'll see how we go. So we're taking a break. We're at the highest point that we're going to be today, which is 3,900 meters, and everyone's done amazingly well. We've got the guys as well that have been helping us and cooking for us and everything. They're with us and walking with us throughout this whole part of the journey, which has been a brilliant thing to see. So we're going to do from here, we'll be dropping down into the camp. At the moment though, the cloud cover is starting to come in a lot, so everyone's kind of putting some long sleeve tops on just to make sure I don't get a chill. Because again, one thing to make sure of is that we don't end up getting cold. Yeah, as simple as that. So we're going to continue on onto the camp. We made it! We've got to share a camp. Look, there's even a sign and everything. So what's the stats? The stats are, we did 6.5 hours walking. Well, it includes lunch as well, which is quite good fun. Yeah. We've done 778 metres of elevation and done 5.12 kilometres of walking. How did you feel?
Up.
It was up.
Lots
up,
of
up.
rocks to clamber up.
It felt like a travelator without the travelator boom.
I was so glad of the support that I had from one of our amazing members of staff, Emmanuel. He's my superhero.
Yeah.
And somebody else who also took over carrying my bag halfway through. So, yeah, I know how it feels to be really well and truly supported.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You don't have to do it all alone. You can make it to the top together. Absolutely. There's one team, one dream.
And it just makes you so full of admiration for the strength, the youth, the knowledge, and the kindness and support of the team that gets you there.
Yeah. There is nothing more magical than nature. We can see the top of Kilimanjaro lit up by the setting sun, glowing red with stained white sides, and then you just turn around to see the setting sun.
So we're here in Tanzania, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. We've done 2 days of climbing so far, tough day today. And here we are at our campsite this evening, and oh my goodness, nature treating us to the most glorious of shows. The only reason that we're able to be here and witness this is because of the hard work that we've put in climbing over the last 2 days. Amazing.
It really makes it worth it, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Absolutely does.
Good morning. Okay, so we're day number 3. We're just about to set off. We're just decamping everything now. The guys woke us up a little earlier today, 6 o'clock, so we could get the timing. So we've got a big hike ahead of us. We're basically going to be hiking right to the base of the main part. We're going to go up to Lava Tower, which takes us to 4,600 and odd metres. And then we're going to descend from there down to Barranco Camp, which is 3,900 metres. So we've got a fair trek ahead of us. The guys have just done an amazing job as always, which is absolutely fantastic, and the views here were just stunning. Everyone seems to be quite happy and ready for the day ahead, which is going to be amazing. And so it's not going to be as hard a technical climb as we did yesterday. So it's still going to be hard, but it's going to be more of a shuffle, more of a moving gently upwards as opposed to being some big steps. But we're going to see what's happening. We're going to be walking for around about 4 or 5 hours this morning, and then have some spot of lunch, and then break, and then come back down to Barranco Camp. It's going to take us maybe about another 2 hours. So here, like I just let us know that as we head up towards Lava Tower, this is where all of the different routes up Kilimanjaro kind of converge on the way up to Uhuru Peak. So we expect to get a little bit busier maybe, just see what happens. Okay, we just stopped for tea. We're about an hour's worth of walking now until we get to Lava Tower, which is going to be the highest point we're going to be doing for today. I said we've made it to Lava Tower. That's the highest point we're going to do today at 4,635 metres. And I've lost my voice. I mean, that is the Lava Tower right there. And we're just going to head now to go get some lunch. It's interesting just talking to everybody. Everyone's kind of got different symptoms going on. Some people are dizzy, some people are nauseated, some people have headaches, etc. But this is just quite normal. It's just a case of them taking the medication, doing what you're supposed to do, walk upright as much as you can, try not to look down at your feet and things, try to look ahead. And all these things kind of make a big difference in the quality of your climb. We just did a bit of a drop. Now we're going to do a bit of an uphill, and I'm sure it'll be a bit of a downhill, and I'm sure it'll be a little bit of an uphill. But that's mountains for you. Welcome to Barranco Camp. So we're at 3,950 metres. It has been a hell of an eventful day. We went up to 4,600 metres up at Lava Tower, and it was a hard slog, a good 4.5 hours to get there. But we managed it, and everyone was in good spirits. And then on the way back down, unfortunately, Ruth's had a fall. Her legs just went from under her. She slid partially down the slope. It's kind of twisted one leg and then pushed the other one leg back. She did manage to walk the 2 kilometres back with assistance from 2 of the amazing guides, James and Abel for most of it, and then lots of the other guides as we got closer came and gave a hand as well, which was it's just phenomenal. It really is. The encouragement, support, it's just fantastic. It really is. The question mark is though whether she can continue the trek or whether this is the end. So there's conversations going on. Obviously we can't do anything now until tomorrow morning. So I've laid out a tent, got all that sorted out so we can get settled this evening, make sure she's comfortable, and then see what happens tomorrow. So she's in good spirits. She's chatting and breaking funnies with everybody as she always does in the mess tent. So I'm going to go in there and join them in 1 second. But just to give you an idea as to the stats of what we've done today, we've covered 12.5 kilometres with 754 metres worth of ascent, burned off about 2,000 calories. So it's been a hell of a day, and obviously a big shock with regards to what's happened to Ruth. But she's rock solid and resilient. She's just amazing as a lady. She's done amazing things here, and I'm sure if it does come to having to go tomorrow, that is the rock solid way of doing things. You have to take care of yourself, make sure you're not putting yourself or others into danger, and Ruth knows this, and she's absolutely got her head switched on. So we'll see what happens in the morning, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so we're leaving Barranco Camp now as we head up towards Barranco Wall, which is pretty much a great big wall of rock. You can just see that ahead of us. You can just see a few people there Should take us hopefully about an hour to get up. However, if there's a bit too many people, it can take up to 4 hours. So we have to try and set off quite early. We're going to be climbing up to about 4,200 metres, then dropping back down to 40-30 as we get to Karanga camp. We're all kind of got a bit of a heavy heart as we leave Barranco camp, as we're going to be leaving Ruth as well. She woke up this morning, her legs are still feeling a bit achy, and she's definitely got a swollen left knee. So she was taking the decision that rather than try and press on and potentially become a bigger burden later, to stop now. And you know, it's a brave decision when you think about everything that's kind of going on. So we just wanted to see her get a airlift across. We have asked her to take loads of photos. You know, that's a hell of a kind of adventure as well in its own right. And we look forward to seeing her at Mweka camp towards the end. So Mweka Gate, sorry. So yeah, that'll be absolutely fantastic if we can see her there. But a couple of days of resting up will mean that she'll enjoy doing the safari a bit later as well. And hopefully it means there'll be no damage to her legs, which is the other side of it, you know, because you've got to live afterwards as well. So really impressed with what Ruth's done. She's really loved what she's done as well. She's not suffered in any way, shape or form from altitude sickness, so there would be no doubts she could make the top. But obviously, if you've had an injury, then you know you just got to look after yourself first. Always the most important. So for the rest of us, we're going to press on and enjoy what is going to be an epic day by the look of it. That Barranco Wall looks quite something. So about halfway up Barranco Wall and just enjoying a bit of a break. It was amazing, absolutely fantastic. Beautiful scramble. The views are just something else, just fantastic. Everyone's enjoying it, which is great. Lots of smiley faces. You can see back over where the camp was. So yeah, gives you a general idea of whereabouts we are. Okay, so about halfway up now Barranco Wall, just got a little bit more to go. The trail kind of eases off a bit, less vertical, more kind of, well, 45 degrees to be honest with you, but it's still good fun. And the views are still stunning. You can just see like a sea of cloud all the way down there. And I know Moshi, where we first started from, is literally just down there in that cloud. So it kind of makes sense now why we couldn't see the top of the mountain with all that cloud there. We can see the top of the mountain though. Yeah, we look up there. So that's what we're aiming for in the next couple of days. But we've got 2 more days of climbing and acclimatising to do. And we're enjoying every moment of it. That's it, you can see the top of the Barranco Wall. So just a few more metres and we'll be there. That's it, we've done the Barranco Wall. Everyone's feeling a bit tired, but happy. Very happy. 1 hour and 43 minutes to get up the top there, which means we covered, it says if he really should have prepared for this. I should prepare for this each time. Don't know why I don't. 241 metres of ascent. in the space of an hour and 43 minutes. That's pretty good going. Quite happy with that. And now we're going to descend for a little bit, then descend for a bit, then descend a little bit more until we get to Karanga Camp. And we'll be there for this evening. We should be arriving there early afternoon, so it should give us plenty of time to rest, relax, recoup, all those kind of things. But you know what? When you're up here, you can see views like this. You don't need to relax for too much longer. You know, hats off to these guys, they're doing amazing. It's just unbelievable, considering all the effort and the logistics and just everything. It's just fantastic. So it really proves what can be done when you can put some organisation into it, some great leadership and just some hard work. And the thing is, most of them are really enjoying it. So you speak to them, they love being on the mountain, they love being with people, etc. They love the camaraderie. So it's just been really, really nice. Okay, so we made it. We're at Karanga Camp, and wow, that was a really, really nice walk. There was definitely some ups and some downs. The Barranco Wall was just amazing, really good fun, good scramble. Got to the top, some amazing views, and we only just made it in time because shortly after the cloud cover kind of came in, and we lost the views. And we had the views all the way out to the Maru Mountain, which is a bit further along, and down into Moshi, and also up to the top of Kilimanjaro, up to Uhuru Peak. So absolutely blessed for those few minutes of being able to see those. And I'm really blessed that the guys got us up this early to be able to do that. Then we've had kind of a interesting slight walk. We walked down a valley, up under the ridge, and down into another valley, and the final uphill into the Karanga Camp here. The actual uphill at the end, that's where the water source is. So the guys that are actually dealing with everything, all the porters, the cooks, everything, they're having to collect the water. We come back up that hill that we've just done. What about the stats? Where are we? 454 metres of elevation climbed, over 7.15 kilometres, and I've burned just shy of 1,200 calories. So again, a good solid morning's effort. Today it's just a bit of a relax this afternoon, so we don't have any more walking to do. Again, it's all about acclimatisation, getting ourselves ready for what's going to be a big push on late Friday night, early Saturday morning up to the summit. The Saturday day is going to be a big day. We're going to have about 1,200 metres of elevation to do, and then we're going to go straight from there down to Mweka Camp as well. Because one of the kind of key things that's happened here with the glaciers receding is there's no more water sources after this camp. So, you know, again, hats off to the guys here. Not only are they collecting the water for this setup now, they'll also be collecting the water for the next camp as well. So, yeah, absolutely in awe and admiration of all of the porters, the guides, just everybody who's been helping make this trip just an amazing experience. Well, that's the last big hike before the summit climb tonight, going from Kranga Camp to Barranco Camp, and it was wonderful. Only 3 hours it's taken us to cover the 4.5 kilometres with nearly 500 metres of elevation, and it's stunning. We've had this beauty in the background all the time up here, which is our good friend Kilimanjaro with the Stellar Point on Uhuru. And if you look down here behind us, that is the trek on the way down. And down there we'll come across the Mweka Gate and Mweka Camp. Hopefully we're going to head there after we've climbed up to the top tomorrow. We'll make it a long day, so we'll have a decision to make at some point as to whether we'll make it down to Mweka Camp or whether we go to Millennium Camp. So we'll make this decision for later, just see how we're all doing. I think the aim is try and get down to Mweka Camp, because that way we got more oxygen and we will be able to recover faster. And that's the other side of it. So it's great doing these adventures, but it's the recovery as well that you've got to put yourself in for. And that's with anything that you do, you know, whether this is climbing mountains, running marathons, bodybuilding, anything. You know, you need recovery time in as much as you need the effort time as well to get the results. So we're going to camp up here for a few hours, just relax. The guys have just put the mess tent up, just watch them do that, and they're literally just assembling the camp around us. These guys have just been absolutely awesome. Usually this is all done before we even get here, but obviously it's been a short walk today. So we're going to rest up here, have something to eat, have some dinner, rest up a bit more, and then, yeah, 10 o'clock tonight, fun time, start the ascent to the summit. My total respect and adoration for all of these guys. I mean, we have been a team of 42 people that have caravanned together all the way around Kilimanjaro. So now it's our responsibility now to make it to the top, to actually take the gift that they have given us, you know, and actually make it all the way up there. And then afterwards, make it all the way back down. So we can all celebrate together in the next camp after we've done this, and really have those happy moments and happy memories, because it has been one team. The whole team has done this. It's not one individual, it's everybody. So this is it. We've all breakfasted, or suppered, or whatevered, and ready to start up the mountain. So in another 1,200 metres time, we'll be at the top. Probably slightly colder, definitely feeling a lot more accomplished. It's Kilimanjaro. It's going to be one of the hardest things I've done, and the most weirdest experience that's my life.
I'm the highest pot funnel champion of Africa.
So that's the climb to the top of Kilimanjaro done. It took us 11 hours and 12 minutes. We set off at 10 o'clock last night and we were back in the camp at just before 10 today, which was absolutely fantastic. A brilliant kind of walk. Bit tough in places, very near vertical in many places, but really worthwhile. The views that you get from the top are just fantastic. The sunrise was just spectacular, and then to see the glaciers there were just absolutely fantastic as well. So from a starts perspective, we climbed 1,294 metres of elevation and covered 17.92 kilometres in doing that. So I mean a bit, nearly about 3,000 calories. And as I say, it was a really, really great experience. Though there was one little niggle, and that is, kind of worked out on how I suffer from altitude sickness. So at 5,550 metres high, I started to feel dizzy and started to feel very, very lethargic, basically, very drowsy. So I took some Diamox while I was up there. Thankfully, Brian had brought some with him. But the symptoms just got worse. So the higher we got, the more the symptoms that kind of happened. What were the symptoms? Symptoms were just an incredible dizziness, and as soon as you stop, then the dizziness goes away. And it kind of led to the point where I'm blacking out and I was losing control of my muscles. So I was falling over in all sorts of places. So we had some choices to make. Option number one would be, we give me oxygen, bring me straight back down, and that's the end of the Kili trip for me. Option two was I wait there and wait for the team to come back down. Option three was the team helped me to get up to the top because they checked all my stats, so breathing, heart rate, etc., oxygenation, they're all good. This was just purely altitude sickness. So because we had people there that knew their stuff, that were experts in their field, we knew it was a possibility to get up there. So they helped me basically get to the top of Kilimanjaro. I did the walking, so it's not like they carried me or anything else like that, but as I was about to fall or anything else like that, they would catch me, make sure I got recovered and start again. Now that takes a lot of resilience, and Ruth would have been proud of that moment, I think, because she is the expert in resilience at the end of the day. And when you're facing the moments where you're going to be taking a few more steps higher and you're going to be blacking out and you're going to be feeling pretty crap, then it takes a lot of resilience to take those steps and then deal with what comes up. Okay, so we're just leaving Barafu camp now from the 4,600 metres and going down to Mweka camp, which is at 3,100 metres. So it takes us below the high altitude line, so hopefully helps us recover better this evening, which will be absolutely fantastic after having an epic evening last night climbing the Uhuru Peak. So we're all happy to keep moving again. Maybe. I think many of us would prefer to be sleeping. That's it, last walk of the day done in the Mweka camp now, which is just down from Barranco camp. So we've managed to drop 1,500 metres in total. We actually also did a little bit of elevation, about 4 metres worth. We're not going to say anything about that. And covered 10.25 kilometres. So it's been a reasonable hike on top of a very reasonable, actually a very amazing day going up top of the Kilimanjaro. Now it's time for rest, relaxation, and grabbing a spot for dinner.
But this is on behalf of all the group, and I've just volunteered, I suppose, really, to kind of just gather it all up. So there's 1,100 euros and there's $1,100 from the 8 people. It includes 250 contribution from Ruth, which isn't in the money because she's obviously not here, and Pat's going to arrange that you get that. All right. So I put a little note in because I couldn't write it on the front. So on behalf of all of us here, it's been a fabulous experience. You've been so wonderful to us. You, as the leader of the group, and every one of your colleagues that work as part of the team. And I think we saw all the excitement that you bring to it at the Sing Song. I'm sure it was Tuesday night or Wednesday night, but anyway, whatever it was, right? And I think we're going to reciprocate the same this evening. So I'm sure I'm speaking for everybody and say a sincere thanks, and I know we'll get an opportunity to say thanks to you again tomorrow. And this is on behalf of the group. Thank you. All right? Thank you.
He got my coffee. He got my coffee. He got my coffee. I miss you home. I miss you beer. I miss you baby. I miss you shower. He got my coffee. He got my coffee. He got my coffee. Ona muindi. Ni wasiki. Yo 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 yo. I'm changamki. Wageni wetu wazuri sana, walikotoka mbali sana, Mola jalia wewe, waomba wafike salama, Mola jalia wewe, waomba wafike salama. Wageni wetu kumbe kweli mnaweza, ayaya. Wageni wetu kumbe kweli mnaweza, ayaya. Wageni wetu kumbe kweli mna nguvu, ayaya. Wageni wetu kumbe kweli mna nguvu, ayaya. Magaidi wetu kumbe kweli mnaweza, ayaya. Wageni wetu kumbe kweli wanaweza, ayaya. Ayo mama, 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 ayo mama. Wageni wanalilia nene, wageni wanalilia mlima, wageni wanalilia nene, wageni wanalilia mlima.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you for being with us for 6 nights, 7 days. And also I would like to say thank you for choosing Pat Falvey. And also thank you for coming and visiting Tanzania. Thank you for coming and climbing Kilimanjaro with these people.
Yeah, it's just a really big thank you. Your warmth, your hospitality, the smiles, every single one of you smile every single day at us and you say hello, and it just really opens our hearts and it makes us feel welcome. It makes us feel part of this family, a big family that we've all travelled up the mountain together, and we've made it all back down safely as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And a real heartfelt thank you to the guides, because last night was a hell of a night for me, but you made it, you got me to the top, so thank you very much. Thank you to Peter, wherever you are at the moment. I think where are you? Just give us a wave. Yeah, you are a magician. You need to write a book. Your soups are amazing. I know Ruth would buy your book if you write a book about your soups. Amazing. And again, the food you've served all throughout the week is as good, if not better, than some of the stuff we've had in London. So just be really proud about what you guys do. It's amazing here. It's fabulous. That was breakfasts and thank yous and celebrations, everything rolled into one as we now prepare to leave Mweka camp. on our way down to Mweka Gate. Everyone's just really enjoyed the experience. It has been just like having your own little family, a new family in Tanzania, which is a fabulous, fabulous place. Definitely recommend people to come here whenever you can. Just the warm welcome, the atmosphere, everything. And Kilimanjaro is just unbelievable mountain. Definitely worthwhile doing. Definitely try hard and train hard if you are going to come and do this. You will not regret doing that. Today is the final hike. We'll be hiking now for about 10 kilometres down to Mweka Gate. We'll be dropping 2,150 metres of descent, and it's going to take about 3.5 hours, potentially 4 hours to get there. And when we get there, we'll be meeting Ruth at the end as well, which will be fantastic. We'll be having a final kind of meal with the guys, and then there'll be some presentations and things. And they're even looking after us when we get to the bottom there with things like cleaning booths and sorting things out. They really do think of everything, and they really want to make you feel as welcome and as looked after as you possibly can be. So we're all looking forward to that hike down, and we'll see you all at the bottom.
Just a few hours ago, we stood on the summit of Kilimanjaro, the roof of Africa, gazing out across the endless horizons of plains stretching far beyond the eye could see. From 5,895 metres above sea level, the landscape below seemed distant and untouchable, a vast wilderness painted in shades of gold and green. Now, instead of looking down upon it, we're entering it. The African plains that appeared so small from the summit now surround us in every direction, alive with wildlife, ancient baboa trees, and the rhythm of nature. It's like stepping into the very scene we had admired from above, exchanging the silence of the mountains and the sights and sounds for the energy of one of the most remarkable ecosystems on Earth.
Okay, that's us finished. We're now on the bus on the way to celebrate. Actually, we're going to go meet up with Ruth and celebrate what an amazing day it's been. We've hiked down 10 kilometres, dropping about 1,500 metres, and just it's been an amazing experience. Loved every moment of it. So now we're just on the bus, on the move again, heading out back towards Moshi, and we're just going to see where the day goes. Everyone's just done amazing well, really enjoyed it, and I'm sure we'll have 1,000 tales to tell everybody, and we'll collect those over the coming weeks and months as they more and more materialise. Right, so let's take care.
Cheka tena, oh tende tena, ayala wageni, oh jambo bwana, habari gani, mzuri sana, wageni, wakaribishwa, Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata. Hakuna matata. Machame tukafika, hakuna matata. Ona mbula walipita, hakuna matata. Wakala na musosi, hakuna matata. Ona maji wakakunywa, hakuna matata. Ona hapa ndiyo Shira, hakuna matata. Baridi usiseme, hakuna matata. Watapita na lava, hakuna matata. Watashuka Barranco, hakuna matata. Karanga watapanda, hakuna matata.